Gare Bear, a dark horse you like in this category. Who is it?
So yeah, using those similar parameters, I think someone like Jose Barrios, 15-1, just because he's someone who consistently has thrown 200 innings a season. That's kind of his greatest skill. The Blue Jays should be a pretty good team. I do worry, like Steve mentioned, that taking someone in the American League East is a little bit worrisome just because of the talent in the matchups. But again, I think he's going to start 32 games, and that's really where you have to begin with this kind of bet. My favorite bet would probably be Aaron Nola at 25-1. I just think he is due for so much positive regression in 2022. His underlying numbers last season were fantastic. And again, just simplifying this down to volume, since 2018, it is Aaron Nola who leads all pitchers in baseball in games started, 111. This guy just takes the ball every 5 days and gives the Phillies a chance to win. And I think very importantly, the Phillies, I mean, it's still the Phillies. It's like betting on the Mets' health. I understand that when it comes to the Phillies bullpen, but they have improved their bullpen. You would hope that they blow far fewer leads for Aaron Nola when he has left these games, but I think the Phillies are going to be a very, very good team this season. I think their offensive potential is fantastic. So I just think this is the best environment Aaron Nola has had to actually win games the past couple of seasons. And you know he's going to take 33, maybe even 34 starts, depending how they dole it out towards the end of the season. Shane McClanahan is another name I'm kind of interested in, just for the sense that you know Tampa's going to find a way to win 105 games. And while the book on most Tampa starters is 3.5, 4 innings and they're out of there, getting ready for the bullpen, I went back to last season. McClanahan, his last 17 starts when he really established himself in that rotation, 15 of those he pitched at least 5 innings. And not surprisingly, pitching for the Rays, 8 of those games were wins. He is 40-1. I think there's some decent value there for a guy who could be in his breakout campaign this year.
All right, Steven, who's your dark horse here?
Dylan Cease, I kind of mentioned this earlier, someone that's really, really interesting here, as you can get way down the list here. I believe he was 50-1 when I checked earlier this morning, but I'm sorry, 40-1. But he's somebody that really intrigues me. This is somebody who made 32 starts last year, had 13 wins. He's just got a couple of things that he needs to work on. If he can continue to get those walks down, I mean, he really could be a solid pitcher. This is someone who had a 3.41 FIP last season, 3.72 expected, and he's got some really good strikeout stuff. The only thing that was the kind of a downtrodden for him was that he wasn't going overly deep into games. He really rarely went over 6 innings pitched. I don't know if they were trying to limit his innings a little bit last year, but he's got some nasty, nasty stuff. And he's on a White Sox team that should be one of the top teams in that division, if not the top team in that division, aside from the Twins. So when you have some of those other teams that you can beat up on, I mean, that's a path to get some wins. And, you know, like I mentioned, with the White Sox being the overwhelming favorite in that division, they should be putting up a lot of wins. And if Cease can really kind of put it all together this year, I don't think you can find a better value than him at 40-1.